Hey guys, it's SailorturntGamer. We're back in the building, and today we're going to be talking about the latest patch note, which is version 0.8.3. Before we get started in the video, I just want to say this is a huge patch. There are some big things in the patch that do exist. We're going to cover those things, and there's a whole lot of quality of life changes. So if you guys are curious on the quality of life changes, I'm going to talk about some of those things, but really the huge list is going to be in the description box below, so I encourage you to check out the description box, hit that link to go to the latest patch notes so you can read all of the quality of life changes. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoy the video. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of new things that are new to the game, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like and a share, and join the fleet by hitting that sub button. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, so with patch note 0.8.3 there's a whole lot of stuff like we talked about, tons of quality of life changes. We got a lot of new things coming to Dauntless, and we have balance changes. So we're going to be covering the new things that are coming to the game. Of course they fixed the Godhand. Of course they have the Winterhorn Skraev, which is one of the biggest things in this patch that is here now. They improved the performance, and like always, a whole lot of bugs got squashed. So let's do an overview of the things that are new to Dauntless. Screaming installs. They added screaming installs to Dauntless on console so players can start playing the game a lot quicker. They improved weapon previews, which that means they added new weapon preview animations so that way it can be a lot easier to check them out in places like the store, places like your loadout, and the hunt pass screen. Now I will say I was playing a little bit earlier and I wasn't able to see one of the repeater skins. Now that might have been just a slight bug, but expect to see something like that as a possibility. But overall, I'm sure they got a lot of that under control, so that is fantastic. Winterhorn Skraev, like I talked about, he is back, better than ever, got a whole new look, a whole set of moves, and now you can get up in this hunt, you can fight this guy, and let me know how it feels. And just a little side note, Shrike, my favorite Behemoth in the game, he's also undergone a whole lot of visual improvements, so he should look like a beast. Weapon demos have also been added. If you talk to Kat, one of the NPCs in the game, she's going to give you video tutorials for each of the weapons in the game, so it should make it a lot easier for newer players to go there, check out a little video, and kind of understand which weapon they want to go head over heels in first. And then lastly but not least, one of the newest things that come to the game, and I think might be the sneaky MVP, is the Terra Elemental effect. Yes, that is new. Slayers now using Terra weapons are going to be able to have a nice little effect on it, and that is whenever you use these weapons, you're going to have the possibility of having behemoths that are going to spawn Terra orbs. Those orbs are essentially going to go out and seek out your teammates that are doing damage to the behemoth and heal them. So that is pretty cool because that adds a lot of more depth within the game, and it sets up the possibility of even more support builds. There's a lot of ways you can build the support style, and I think there are some cool possibilities to come out of this, so expect some more support and healer builds coming in the future. Now, with this patch, it is huge. There's a lot of quality of life changes like I've been consistently saying, but another huge thing we have in the patch are balance changes. Now, balance changes, they come far and few in between, but when they come, of course, they are always huge. And as far as the balance changes that we can expect to have in the future, well, they made some nice changes to Cunning, and they made some nice changes to Boreus. So, Boreus is now going to be more aggressive while below 50% health. Boreus' immunity is now going to be triggered at the end of the shield activation animation rather than at the start. Boreus is now going to be able to summon a lot less minions when it's out in the shield phase. It reduced the maximum number of times that it can actually enter the shield phase, so it should be a lot easier to actually go through and actually do these hunts. So that is super awesome. They've also slightly increased the upper limit of spitters that the Dreadfrost Boreus can summon, and then they've slightly increased the cooldown of Dreadfrost Boreus' minions. So there's tons and tons and tons of Boreus changes, because that Behemoth is one of the most annoying Behemoths in the game, in my opinion. Now, that is not the only balance change that we have. Cunning, like I talked about earlier, has received massive changes. They gave it a slight reduction to its critical chance, but they've added at the layer ranks critical strike damage, which is awesome. So now you're going to be able to do upwards of 30% critical damage if you go to rank 6. They did do a slight reduction, like I said, so rank 6 previously used to be upwards of 15% critical strike chance. It's now slightly reduced down to 10%, but like I said, you're getting 30% extra damage on that, so that is pretty nice for damage builds, and it's pretty nice for crit builds that could come in the future. I would love to see something like that using war chains. Oh, awesome to die for. Now, let's move on a bit. The critical strike base damage has been reduced to 150% from 200%, so that's a slight little change as far as that as well. But Valimir, our other guy, Valimir, also got a total health reduction on its tail. So it should be so much easier to cut off the tail when you are trying to go for those parts. Yes, that is awesome. They've also tuned Valimir's teleportation range in case of those extreme teleportation moments when it's running away. That can be a pain in the you-know-what. So now that's something that we do not have to worry about. Fantastic. Karabak can also perform personality animations during its rage state, which is pretty cool. They've reduced the maximum distances Valimir can teleport away from players while in combat. So some of the more annoying behemoths in the game, when we talk about Boreus and when we talk about Valimir, man, they've really made steps in the right direction to make sure that these behemoths are something that can actually be fun. Now, let's continue to move on, because I'm loving the direction in which they are going. They disabled the controller camera lock on Koshai during its burrow attacks. Shock statuses will now clear when the player deals damage to a behemoth. They've reduced the quill health on Deadeye Quillshot, which is awesome. They did a VFX update pass on Skarn's rock flinging and recall attacks to make that look so much cooler, so that is awesome. They've removed damage done to players when Rezakiri flees. They increased the hang time for Grimm's onslaught. Throws and catching the axe will now grant special meter, so it's pretty cool. You get a little bit of special meter just for taking the leap and the risk of throwing that axe. And if you catch it, hey, you get a whole lot more special meter, so it's pretty awesome. They reduced the number of mines and increased damage per mine on Skraev's weapons. So that's kind of cool, because those mines, honestly, I think they suck. And honestly, I think it needs a little bit more love than what they're getting right now. But I got to get in the game, and we all have to get in the game and then test it out and then just kind of see if it's a little bit better or not. So, you know, only time can tell on that particular end. And just to let you guys know some of the known issues that they know about, well, they've heard feedback around the common drops and not being guaranteed on part breaks. So in the future, they are going to increase that and change that, and they're going to have them drop anytime you get a part break. So that should be a lot more clear and a lot easier to understand when it comes down to common drops actually dropping. So the very last thing that I want to say is that, again guys, there are tons and tons and tons of quality of life changes that came in this patch, and I cannot possibly cover it all. What I can do, however, is again direct you guys to the description box, because I highly suggest, if that's something that you guys want to do, check them out and read them. I mean, these are really good. So outside of that, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please let me know in the comment section below, and join the fleet. It's easy to do. All you gotta do is hit that sub button and be a part of this fantastic community. If you guys are having a great time, let me know. And until then, this sailor will be out in the open ocean. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.